Great weather. We are excited today to welcome our next guest, Mitch Carnell, into our Author Spotlight segment today. Mitch is the founder of the Say Something Nice Sunday movement, and he has penned a new book called Our Father Discovering Family, a strikingly candid memoir of his journey toward the enlightened faith. Mitch, thank you for joining us today. Why did you write this book? And it's a book, by the way, that people can get on Amazon.com. They can write you and so forth. But why did you write this book?
Well, I started out with two questions. The first question was, beginning in a small town, upstate South Carolina, how did I get to where I am spiritually? And the second was, after things that had happened to me, getting toward the autumn of my life, what am I supposed to do with it? Those are the two questions I started with. And as I wrote the book, and then as I got toward the end, the publisher was pushing me for a subtitle.
Okay.
And I started out thinking, Our Father from Certainty to Faith. But in looking back over it, that wasn't how it turned out. It turned out that God was leading me to experience and broaden my horizons as to really who was in his family. It was almost as if God said, and I hate to put words in God's mouth, but Mitch, you can't know me unless you know my family.
Oh.
So that's what happened, and that was the progression.
Something happened to you at the St. Paul's Cathedral in London several years ago. What was that?
Well, as I said, I grew up in small town South Carolina back during the days of segregation and that sort of thing. And Carol and I were on our honeymoon in England, and we ended up at St. Paul's Cathedral. And it was, as everyone knows, it's an amazing place.
It's a moving place to walk into.
But at 11 a.m., the priest for the day came on and said, at this time each day we stop and say together the Our Father prayer. And I looked around me, Tom, and there were people from all over the world.
Wow.
Every color, every hue, every size, handicapped, whole, gay, straight, believers, non-believers. But here, all of these people were saying together the Our Father prayer. I'd never thought of that.
Wow.
Our took on a whole new meaning that growing up wasn't the best place to learn the brotherhood of man. But this was such a dramatic revelation of a word I'd never even thought about. Everybody says, let's say the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, and I'd never thought about it. But here was, I never recovered from that.
Yeah. And I bet there was goosebumps on everybody in that church right at that moment.
I hope so, because there were, and then, you know, as I thought about it, it brought back memories of how, well, for instance, when my grandmother Carnell was alive, we all had family reunions. And it was just normal for my dad to invite our minister to those family reunions. Well, it was normal for him to ask Preacher Gowan to return thanks. Well, he had no sooner said, let's bow our head and close our eyes, to my great Anna Brown said, how we're supposed to eat with our heads down and our eyes closed. I thought my dad was going to die, to tell you the truth. But, you know, there's always somebody trying to read somebody out of the family. The experience at St. Paul's just let me know everybo's in the family.
We've got about 30 seconds left. Can you tell us about the unimaginable loss and heartbreak that you had?
Well, it was just absolutely amazing. My father, my mother, and my first wife, Liz, died within a 2.5-year period. It just absolutely left me totally devastated. You know, at that point, the question is, and that was the first question, why am I left? What am I supposed to do? All the people I really care about, except my children, of course, have been taken away. So what am I going to do now? And that's what got me started.
Looks like you're doing a good bit of it right here.
Well,
with the book.
I hope people will, and you know, you realize that if you have these struggles, other people must have them too.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah.
that's it.
Mitch, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We can get your book where, sir?
You can order it online at Amazon. You can get it from Barnes & Noble. You can always call me, buy copies for you and all your friends.
There you go.
And that'd be great.
Thank you, sir. Mitch Carnell with Our Father Discovering Family. More Low Country Live right after the break. Stay with us.